Hi guys, this is Nu-Trix and today we're talking about spring. Yeah, spring is coming. I had to do it. Spring is coming and it's a plugin from Eventide. Yep. Eventide is not stopping his rollout of, small, efficient, fun little plugins that are based on the H9 series. And this one is called Spring, and it's a spring reverb. You guessed it from the name. Now, just before we go and look at what spring is, what is a spring reverb? Well, basically, it's a device that you have in guitar amps that is meant to be imitating reverb, and it's basically sending a signal into a spring and capturing part of the signal on the other end, and you got a reverb because it's resonating. The reality of it is that it has its own specific sound because controlling a spring is totally different than controlling airspace, reverb space, or wall reactions. And one of the cool things is you have control over the sound of a spring, and it has a specific sound. So when people like spring reverb, is because they're musical, and they have some nice ringing to it, and that's exactly what you have controlled in spring. So I'm actually going to use Zen Beats. We hear the original sound with the spring. Let's just listen to the original sound so you see the difference. It's electrical, like electric keys, but basically they sound more like a bass guitar. So let's actually go like this. I like the sound of it. It sounds like so Western type of sound. Old Western, spaghetti style movies. Just like that ringing. Now, let's go through the different options you have here, but just for you to understand first, if you ever wonder which each of these knobs are supposed to be doing, you click on the little I for information, and you have the information here. So remember that this is a audio unit and also work in inter-application, but mostly audio unit is where you want to use it. You have the mix, width and drive, you got decay, tension, number of spring in the tank, the low damping, the high damping, so basically kind of an EQ if you want, the intensity of the tremolo speed, the mod level, so it's going to modulate the reverb, is going to give you kind of a chorus effects, and the resonance to give it more metallic kind of sound, and the tempo. So it's fairly simple, but let's actually listen to it and see what this does. So you have the bar here, so it's basically the decay of the reverb, how long. And I'm in sync mode, so the values are musical, You have tension. Tension is really the tension on the spring. The more tension you have on the spring, the tighter the resonance will be. If you bring the tension on, they're kind of wobbly. But it's actually pretty cool, How many springs do you have? So middle, let's say 1, or I don't see a big difference. You have the damping of the low, damping of the I. So basically, you can control how much, high frequency you'll get, or how much bass you'll get. Okay. Intensity of, tremolo, intensity and speed, all of these are together here. So if you change, it's the tremolo that is pre-verb or post. So if the tremolo can be before the reverb or after the reverb. To be really efficient or hear it correctly, it's after. So it will also tremolo the reverb itself. So you have the speed of the tremolo and how intense it will be. the amount of modulation. Okay, you have the modulation wheel, the mod level if you want. 0, it's basically, they call it, you add chorus to it. Yeah, chorus effect to it. And you have resonance. Now, what is always cool is you can actually move these value and play with it, rapidly change it. That's what the fun is in this, is this real-time control. You get that sound changing, and you have the spring, right, changing the tension. That's where you have fun with this thing. So these are presets I created. When I create presets, I like to listen to them with instruments and also with drums, because there's a difference when you hold a note like this. This is cool. It almost become an auto oscillation. Some of them are kind of feedbacking. So let's actually get out of this one and let's try just the drum. So what I did with the drum, I assigned the drum is, I'm going to double click on the drum. On the snare itself, I did go in and I play with this. So So what we had earlier with the keys, okay, and my last one. And again, this is maximum, but you can also go back and find a mix in between, you know. It could be the one I pick in the end, you know. So that's it. That's the Eventide Spring, part of the H9 plugin series for the iPad. And again, I just like these fast, quick way. They have these cool little sound. The fact that you can move it in real time, they're just fun, you know. And they sound great. I mean, Eventide always had a good sound, so I'm happy. I'm curious what else they'll come up. I mean, the last one, the Mangle Verb, I like the distortion part of it. Spring is, in my brain, it equals, you know, old guitar sound, which is logic because Spring reverb is mostly, or I've been known to be used in guitar amps, so that's where it comes from. So that's it, guys. If you like what I'm doing, thumb up, and I mean, if Spring is your thing, you might look into this version of Eventide. Cheers.